Tanya J. Powers on the line right now from Fox News. Good morning, Tanya.
Good morning.
So, big, obviously, win for Trump, but nobody was contesting. He wins, over 70% of one of the states.
Yeah, 60, I think 76% in West Virginia, 61.4% in Nebraska.
And now the question is, will Ted Cruz, I think Marco Rubio has come out and said, well, listen, I signed a pledge. I don't love it, but I signed a pledge. I'll support the nominee. Ted Cruz hasn't done that yet.
He says that, he has suspended his campaign. He did. There was a lot of rumbling yesterday over whether he was going to, stay suspended or however you word all that. Because
maybe jump back in.
Have we ever had anybody that's unsuspended? I was trying to think, and I don't remember one in my life.
We have,
Who?
and that was
Ross Perot.
Yeah.
Leave it to Ross Perot to prove me wrong.
Yeah, he jumped out, and then, the fall, came back in, and that was terrible.
He says, and yesterday Cruz apparently said yesterday afternoon, he said, let's be clear, we are not going to win Nebraska. If circumstances change, we will always assess changed circumstances, which I think is what led a lot of people to immediately think he was going to jump back in.
That's kind of like it depends on the definition of the word is. Or,
I guess I don't understand, too, what his positioning is, holding his delegates kind of hostage so that he gets good committee appointments. That's really not a good way to be a leader in government. Like, you would think that if you were really a leader, they would give you those appointments. You wouldn't have to hold your delegate count hostage.
I think this year we have seen that everything is out the window as far as normal, quote unquote, normal politics rules. It just seems that we've just really gone off the rails as far as what we could expect. It has just been crazy. Listen,
I know you're busy this morning, so we're going to let you go. Of course, Hillary losing to Bernie Sanders in West Virginia, the place where she's going to shut down all the coal mines.
A state that she won over Barack Obama in 2008, and that is Sanders wasted no time, pointing that out last night.
All right, well, listen, Tanya, thanks. We appreciate it.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, I got to tell you, I don't know that at what point are the Democrats going to pull the trigger and bring in somebody else, because she just seems like a weak. She's going to win. But she's going to win losing. I don't know what they're doing.
I think the Donald Trump people are going, thank you.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Can I ask this? How would they be able to find somebody else at this point? I mean, are there enough delegates out there that somebody could beat out Hillary? Or, would it have to be what Kasich was envisioning, like a contested convention or something like that?
Well, it would be, it's all done at the convention, and it probably would be Biden, somebody like Biden. And who already has the name recognition, already has, he's already in the limelight if he needs to be. He was in yesterday saying he's confident. He sounded like he was dying as he was saying it, but he was confident that Hillary's going to win the whole thing. All right, enough of politics for right now. Gabby Cabby coming up in a few minutes. I mentioned yesterday that Sharon Osbourne, I don't know if you follow any of this ridiculousness, but the two of them, Sharon Osbourne and Ozzy Osbourne, are supposedly split. She was back on The Talk. What is The Talk? Is that like the View?
ABC or the generic View? I think
it's a generic View. Yeah. Okay,
it's the other
View.
It's a quieter View. Yeah. It's a quieter View.
And it's on ABC versus NBC, right?
No,
I think
the View is on ABC. Yeah, I think it's on. Or are they CBS?
Whatever. Anyway, she was on The Talk yesterday and said that the breakup is different from the other ups and downs she's had with Ozzy.
Well, Sharon, come back. It was only a few waitresses a few times.
That's really good. Yeah, that's good. The other times, she wasn't in the limelight like she is now. So now she gets to come on these programs and talk and,
Although,
whatever.
From the sounds of it, she's going to just move off to Costa Rica and buy a little island and live the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm 63, I can't keep living like this. With all the drugs he's done, I can't believe he can keep living, period.
I know.
How is he still alive?
Pickled.
Well, and they say
why,
he's sober for
Pickled.
3 years. Okay. Also, though, Sharon she released a book talking about her cheating past
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Sharon
it's not
asked
like,
me to read the book, but I told
let's
her
not cast stones.
I don't really know how to read. That's good.
So this is the first you're finding out about it,
A
Ozzy.
guy in Texas, this is a crazy story. A guy in Texas said that he found some kind of dead rodent in a bottle of Dr. Pepper.
What?
Yeah. How does that happen?
I think somebody has to physically put it in there before the cap goes on.
After his 3-year-old grandson drank from it, his name is John Graves, his grandson is Caden. Dr. Pepper says, medically, I don't believe there's an opportunity for such a... No, sorry. Dr. Pepper says it's almost impossible for any kind of a rodent or animal to get inside a bottle in the plant. But the family says there's no way it got in there after they bought it.
3 inches long with a big tail. I want to get the rat tested, see where it came from, how it got there, and if there's really any, medical concerns that we need to be worried about.
It's like if you were asked the question, if you were going to drown, would you like to do it in murky water, clean water, or chocolate?
Wait, and the other medical concern that we're not addressing here is why was his 3-year-old drinking Dr. Pepper?
Right. That's
Whatever
probably,
happened to juice, water, and milk?
That's Grandpa. Okay. What does little Johnny want? Dr. Pepper.
Soda, Grandpa.
Ran out of
Soda.
water in the well, so the only thing we had was that 6-pack of Dr. Pepper in the garage.
Isn't Dr. Pepper just
Delicious.
just sweetness, just pure
It's
sweetness?
a great hangover cure.
Okay, I'm sure it is.
Get it out of the fountain.
Yeah. So I do have to say, the Dr. Pepper is saying, how in the world they're saying that this rodent was in the bottle. Now, the mouth of the bottle. This is the bottle. It's not a can. The mouth of the bottle. And Dr. Pepper is asking the question, how do they get the ship in that bottle? We don't know how to do that. We don't know how they do that. How do they do that? So how do they do that? And yet the rat got in there. So, although, isn't it true rats can climb through, kind of make their way through the smallest of holes?
They've got no spines, or their spines can be contorted. They get through some pretty tight spots.
Yeah, that rat had to be thinking,
misinformation
I'm
this
in
morning.
my glory.
Are you
right
kidding
now.
me?
Rats have no
Yeah.
spines.
All right, well, maybe that's a stretch. But I'm just saying, they can get through small
Yes.
crevices
Yeah.
and such.
Yeah, but a rat can also chew its way out of something. Why wouldn't it?
Right.
Or when the
Anyway.
3-year-old was opening it and put the cap down for
Yeah,
a
how do you
second,
not
the
see
one
it?
that was in your living room living
Yeah,
there that
yeah.
had babies
Yeah, I don't know. I
ran
don't know
over
about
to the
that.
bottle.
Whatever. Anyway, he's saying it's true, and they're suing, and it's gone public. So the damage for Dr. Pepper has already been done. So when you're drinking your Dr. Pepper today, look in the bottle before you consume. I got a break. Hold tight. Christine has news coming up in 2 minutes on WIBX.